My great-grandma lived until I was about 10 years old. She was a delightful woman. I enjoyed her cookies and her glumpies and her klatschkis. She was Polish. And so I just enjoyed receiving from her. But what didn't happen is I didn't ask her about the stories of our history. I didn't even realize I had a history. And at a time when she passed away, I started thinking, oh my goodness, I wish I could have asked her some of these questions that mean so much more to me now. Well, what does this have to do with the Promised Land, this class that you're about to enter into? Truly, everything. I didn't sit at my grandmother's feet, but when I started studying the Bible inductively, line upon line, starting with the Old Testament, moving in the New Testament, I realized I was sitting at my Lord's feet. And I realized I had a divine heritage. And it was as though the Lord was right beside me and He was showing me things and saying, see, Cheryl, you're part of this. And I was thinking about you even way back then. And it unfolded before me a love story of a lifetime. You know, people know that the book of the Bible is two books. You have the Old Testament and you have the New Testament. But the reality is it's one beautiful story, weaving God's love into the entire story for us. People look at the Old Testament as the God of wrath, but the reality is the wrath was due to Israelites' disobedience, and He was constantly wooing His people back to Him. And so He has pursued you and me fiercely through the ages. He wants to have this relationship. It starts in the Old Testament and it continues in the New Testament. One without the other would take away the opportunity for us to grasp just how far and love and wide and deep the Father's love is for His creation and for you and for me. And God has been pointing from the very beginning to His Messiah, the promised one, His Son Jesus. So my hope, as Denton and I share a little bit as we've been preparing for this, that through our time together, as we converse and open up the scriptures together, that you'll be able to begin to understand that you've been on the Father's heart and mind since the very beginning of time. I hope you'll start to see some of the breathtaking intricacies of the fullness of the scriptures and how all the pieces fit together so well. And as you do, that you begin to experience the depth of the Father's love for you. And I end this little intro with this passage from Jeremiah 31:3. The Lord appeared to him. Now imagine replacing that word him with your name. The Lord appeared to you from afar, saying, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore, I have drawn you with my loving kindness.